Pleased to be catching up with Alexis Stucki, and she is one of the outstanding volleyball players in the country, in fact, playing for the Laramie Lady Plainsmen. Alexis, thanks for carving out a few minutes for us today.
Thanks for having me.
I guess the first thing I want to ask is, how did this all come to pass? Kind of walk us through this process where you have become involved with the USA volleyball program.
So they scout you throughout your club season, and I guess I got picked up by someone who was scouting, and I got invited to a tryout of 24 girls in Anaheim, California. We trained for a week, and they narrowed it down to 12 from there. And those 12 got to go to Durango, Mexico to compete in the U18 FIVB World Championships.
That seems like it was probably quite a whirlwind then to get to progress through that group, and then next thing you know, you're in Mexico.
It was crazy. I was surrounded by all these fantastic athletes who are always the best on their team, and it was just awesome to be able to compete with those girls.
What kind of walk us through maybe a day of what that was like? What's a typical day going through that process?
So in Mexico, a typical day was we wake up, we'd go to breakfast. After that, we would head to film, and then we'd go to a practice. And then we'd come back, eat lunch, then we'd go to film again, and then we'd take a nap, and then we'd be off to play volleyball in whichever team we were playing that day.
So who were some of the teams that you competed against during this tournament?
We played Thailand, we played Puerto Rico, we played Romania, Argentina, Turkey, Italy, and Serbia. And
how long were you there?
We were there for 2 weeks. It was quite a trip. I guess 10 days. We were there 10 days.
Wow, it really does sound like quite a whirlwind. How does that impact, then you come back to Laramie, you come back to Wyoming, and you try and maybe step back into what is considered your normal season. How does it impact that?
Well, it's definitely different adjusting to the speed of the game. But when I come back to Laramie, it's awesome because when I'm at USA, I'm just the setter. And for Laramie, I get a hit, and that's really fun for me.
You get to be a little more aggressive when you come back home.
Yeah, it's awesome. And I get to play with my sister and play for my mom, so it's a fun family thing.
What has been the reaction of your classmates in the school to this? Because obviously this is, Wyoming's been described as one little town with really long sidewalks, and so I think a lot of people are very proud of you for this, and the fact that you're playing on the national team like this. How's it been received by your classmates in the school?
They've been nothing but great. They're so supportive. I get text messages and videos of people being like, "Hey, we watched your game in class today," and they've been great supporters.
How about your teammates there in Laramie? Because obviously that's a bit of an adjustment for them as well. But it is nice, like you said, having mom as one of the coaches. How has that adjustment been?
My teammates also have been nothing but supportive. They've done such a good job while I was gone, and we're just trying to put the puzzle pieces together, and we can finish off the season on a high note.
I was going to say, you got about a month now to try and put things all together. What are some of your team goals? And obviously, I think we know what the main team goal is, but what are some things that you as a program and your coaches and your teammates are working on, and who do you guys play this week?
So end goal, obviously, we want to win state, but in practice, we're working a lot. I'm in the hardest working team and being low error, and we play Kelly Walsh at home this Thursday.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but that one seems to be the big one when it comes to, in terms of a 4A volleyball for Wyoming. It seems like there's been Laramie and Kelly Walsh, but now the Alexis Stucki is back. Is there any extra pressure on the team for that?
Well, we always want to come in and win every game, but they're their one loss on our season, so I think we're coming in with a revenge factor. So it'll be a great game.
What are some of the other things that maybe we don't recognize at all, because you're trying to fit this all in, obviously, into your normal school schedule and things like that? What are some things that maybe have been a bit of a surprise to you that maybe aren't as obvious?
From the high school standpoint?
Sure.
Well, our team is meshing really well together this year. And I just think that we are really consistent, and I think that's awesome for us in our future.
What are some things that you feel like you've learned with your process with USA Volleyball that are going to be helping you as you come back and tuck back in with the Laramie Plainsmen?
I've learned a lot about scouting opponents. The film sections were really big for me. I learned a ton there. And just watching all these great hitters play, I'm learning a ton for my volleyball IQ and learning more shots and just being a better all-around player.
And I guess in the future, what is down the road? What are some of the goals? Obviously, you want to be playing for the Olympic team, and how's that process work?
Obviously, I'd love to stay in the USA pipeline. Olympics would be awesome, but hopefully have a successful career at Florida, successful enough to get me in the national team gym, and yeah, I see where it takes me.
Alexis,
I want to play volleyball for as long as possible.
All right, Alexis Stucki, anything that we haven't touched on that you might want to mention?
Not really. I loved my trip to Mexico. My USA teammates were awesome. I love them so much, and it was a great experience, and I'm excited to be back with Laramie.
Well, we appreciate you so much for taking a few minutes of your time and speaking with us here at SVI. I think you've gained another large group of fans over here. I think we'll be paying attention to what you're doing.
Thank you.